right, remember when I said starting on a Sunday would probably cause us some issues? It didn't, but now it's Monday and the issues are today. So I'll explain right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Rusty Oliver, man. The old 4180 here did pretty well flawlessly yesterday doing the field work, and I went back out after that other video and ran it for a good while, and yeah, we were doing so good. And then this morning I thought I'd go back out there and, you know, finish what I didn't get done, and it will not run at all. It's doing just like that other one did, except this one is sitting almost full of fuel and it's sitting level. So it's probably not the same thing. Whatever that one ended up to be was just a miracle. I never did figure out exactly what the reason. But what I'm thinking here that a guy needs to do, first of all, take this side shield off. But I don't think we ever took that electric thing off of this one and cleaned it up. And I think we need to do that. Plus, if I take it off and then try to start it and it fires right up, then I know that's my problem. So that's where I'm going to start with it, and we'll see what happens. So I'll get this panel off of here and then we'll get going. Come on. Yeah, our radiator is still under distress. It drips, but it's usable. So we're not gonna mess with it. Now, what could be our problem? Wow, there's a lot of trash under there, more than I thought there was. But this one's dry in the valley pan. So again, I don't believe it to be the problem. This one might benefit from the governor housing more than the other one, I don't know. But I still think that taking this off is probably a good first step, because like I said, I don't think I've ever taken it off of this one, and it doesn't always act right, I guess is what I'm saying. I have had already to take it and tap the, oh, now we can't do that with this, I forgot. Gotta get a wrench. But anyway, I've had to, after you ran it and it was hot, I've had to tap on this before with the key on to get it to unstick so that it would start. And I'm wondering if it's finally just stuck and not moved. So I knew that it wouldn't just be a simple procedure. I should have known from doing that other one just here a while back, but I gotta go get a 7/16, I guess, wrench to get in there and get it, is how we did it on the last one, because you can't quite get a socket in. Maybe if I get the extension, I could get in there and do it. Let me go over here to the pickup and grab some stuff. All right, we also got some of the magician's helper here, in case we need that to help clean here in a minute. But we're going to try, I'm going to try the extension first. That gives me enough to, ooh, now there potentially we have a problem. When I took that loose, it made like a pressure release noise, and I don't think that it's supposed to do that. I wonder if there's something's plugged. Maybe something's, I think there's like this vent line. We should probably make sure that that's not plugged up, because maybe it's getting too much pressure in the top part of the housing. I'm just working off of theories. I have no knowledge of any kind. I'm just trying to stay positive, because this is kind of a negative situation, you know? I didn't want to be working on this tractor now. I want to be using this tractor now. And so far, this one has always just been flawless, really. I mean, it's been a wonderful thing. Ooh, there might be another. Well, I don't know about that either. They just don't give you any room to do anything when you're fat. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't ever had this one off. And after doing that other one, I wanted to take it off. All this yellow paint makes me think either this is a reman motor or this is a truck engine that got put in here. And probably a truck engine that got put in here. Because why would we do the correct thing, you know? Ooh, yeah, well, that thing's definitely crusty, rusty. Ooh. Well, that's not good. I bet we're gonna have to pull this top of this injection pump off, because that thing did not spring return to me. That thing went down, which is the off position, and it stayed there. Oh, friends, don't you just love it when you have to work twice as hard to do something that you shouldn't have had to do? Let's see if we can just get this totally out of the way now that we haven't correctly done anything. Remember that this wire I'm taking loose goes there, because we'll probably lose it. I can't believe it. I wonder if this one must have I wonder if that is a ground wire. Is that a... Yeah, it is. It gets a positive ground, and not positive ground, but a more direct path to grounding. Look how crusty rusty that is, though. That is definitely worthy of a cleanup. But we found our problem, I think, and that's that is not supposed to do that. What's just happened in here. That sucks. I don't think you can... No. I don't think you can pump it and fill that. That cavity is kind of isolated, so it never ever gets full of fuel. If, in other words, if that makes sense. Yeah, see there, if I open that valve, it's full. It's ready because it's coming out the drain. Well, I'm guessing we're about to be doing something I didn't want to do, but I have no choice. I got to do it. I got to take that off of there so that we can get that freed up, because that sticking is not... I don't understand how I don't know. I just know that that is a thing that can happen. So I need to get a wrench to take this line loose again and take that other one loose, and then I'm going to have to get those little plastic plugs I had on the last one, because it's going to leak fuel the whole time. So I got to get that, and then probably a screwdriver to scrape off some of the crusties. I can't believe that is so sticky. We were just using it yesterday perfectly. And today I push it down and it doesn't work. That's crazy. Well, let me go gather some more stuff and you're gonna get to see inside another one of these. All right, now this is gonna be interesting to see, since it's sitting basically with 100 gallons of fuel in it, whether the plastic plugs will be enough to hold back any kind of pressure or what have you. Also, we're going to struggle. We wouldn't have it any other way. It really sucks when you can hear other tractors running in the background, other places, and you're working on something because it let you down. This is my fault. Two guys stopped alongside the road yesterday and we talked, and they said something about whether this was the good one, and I said this one's been pretty reliable, and that was my fault, because now look at that. The very next day we have troubles. I also think that with the way that this muffler system is made, it's homemade. You can't see it behind you right now. But I'm also thinking that yesterday I got the fuel too hot, and that maybe did not help this situation. Because I noticed when I refilled it last night, it just seemed like what was left in the tank was pretty warm. We're gonna try to not take that all the way loose. What I'm gonna do instead is throw this whole box of plugs on the ground. Anybody remember what color we used last time? Was it a yellow one? I don't think so. Let's try a red one. There we go. I think that'll work. Stay, plug, stay. Now, I'm just carefully admiring what has to happen again, so I don't get myself in a pickle. I don't want to take loose more than I have to, and I also don't want to ruin anything, because I don't want to wait on parts, and I really don't want to part out the other tractor to make this one run. I mean, I guess if I have to, I can. Although I know where there's another 4180 sitting in pieces I could just go get the pieces off of. Right up the road at the Oliver 770 Farm Boy. He's not using it. Would he miss it? Uh-oh. Is that gonna leak too? It didn't on the other one, but the other one wasn't in good shape. Like, I think the other one had lost its prime. So let me grab another plug, which is not easy to do one-handed here. All right, okay. We're slowly working out the stupidity bugs. We've got a bunch of 7/16 bolts to take loose. And I don't remember, did we decide were those through bolts or not on the other one? I thought they were. This one we might get most of the stuff with the ratchet. Except for maybe the outside one. Boy, when you don't want to do something, it just makes the whole process miserable, you know. Like, I am not excited about this. I don't want to be doing it right now. The only positive in this whole situation, I guess there's two. Number one, it's a nice pleasant day to be outside. It's not burning hot. And number two, it's going to torrentially rain overnight and all day tomorrow. So I'm not losing any, like, I wouldn't plant before that anyway. So it's not like this is the thing that's stopping us. I'm stopping us, because I will not plant before a pounding rain. I just won't. There's no point. Some guys might do it just for the insurance, but I do it for trying to do a good job, you know. I don't always do a good job, but I try to. We are gonna have to clean that up very much more better than it is now. Please play nice with me. Oh, there's that spring job. Okay, that's good. We're not totally stupid, but we need to not lose that either. We might get lucky and it only is the lid. I shouldn't have done what I just did though. That's what it is though, right? I really need to pull all that fuel out of there to be sure I'm doing what I'm doing. But I think my trouble is purely in the lid. Okay, I'm gonna get rags and I'm gonna get all that fuel out of there, and we're gonna start from clean fuel, and then we're gonna have to get this lid out of here where I can work on it out in the open, because it's obvious that a lot of our trouble is in the lid. All right, you got too hot. I'm trying desperately to keep everything clean. Sometimes it's working better than others. I don't know. This is not exactly how I would prefer to work on said tractor and injection pump, but that's how it's going to be. I'm going to put an ever so thin layer of the good stuff on here. Not very much. I don't know. This is just a hassle I didn't need. I don't know why it, a minute ago that rack seemed like it was stuck, because it freed right up. So either it just did that as a fluke, or who knows why. I don't. I just know that we're in for a jolly good time here whilst we put that back in and try not to, you know, the thing. Now it's moving like it should. Okay. We need to start a few bolts, I think. It's a struggle, don't worry. But I think we're gonna make it, friends. I think we're gonna make it. That seems like that's way too long for just what it is. I gotta be very gentle, very calm. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't do something stupid. You can do this. All we gotta do is just take our time. We're leaving it better than we found it. And that's always a good thing. And I believe it's going to fire right up when we get this back together. It's gonna just spring to life. Put that in there. I wonder if the fuel did get too hot and then that just cooked it on there, like there was enough trash in there that it just wouldn't play ball anymore, you know? Because I think that everything I'm looking at here seems to be okay. We really should have a... Let's do that for now, just so we feel better. So we don't get trash in there. We'll go back and tighten them up for keeps here in a minute. Just want to get them all snuggish. That one, can I turn that one down by hand? Save myself some misery with this ratchet. Like I've said before, the old Craftsman ratchet here, it's got teeth in it as coarse as the winch on a Confederate battleship. It is not a fine tooth ratchet. However, it's what I'm using, so it will work. It's just, you gotta be a little bit, you know what I'm saying. I should probably quit there because it's aluminum. Now, let's go ahead and put these lines back on, because it's, what fun would it be if we didn't make a mess, you know? Wouldn't be any fun. Gotta make a mess. Got to make a mess. Alright, we're gonna hope that is really... Ooh, don't lose my bolts. Talking to myself again. Let's get this line put back on. That goes on top. Yeah. Come on. The nice thing is this will be all covered with dirt when we go back out there. Because if one thing stuff likes, you know, covered with fuel and then back out in the dirt, why, that's a recipe for success. I'll try to brake cleaner it off. Now I should be able to open this and then primer pump it, and fuel should fill that cavity back up that we just unfilled, and then when it's full it'll come out the overflow tube. I hear it coming out of the tube. Oh yeah. Okay, we're done with that. Oh no! Why didn't you guys say something? We got to start all over. We flipped that spring out of there, guys. Why didn't you yell? Here I thought we were ready to go. All right, friends. We're back. We're back to where we were before I melted down. I got that spring put in, got it all back together, primed up, full of fuel. Now we're down to this sad sack right here. And we're just gonna take some stuff and clean that up the best we can and put her back on. I'll lay that there a minute. This is the kind of crustiness we want to get off of there. All right, basically this is just an electromagnet. When you turn the key on, it pulls this up, and then this down in here is supposed to spring up like it is now. When you shut it off, the spring of this pushes the plunger down and shuts it off, and when you turn it on, that thing pulls the plunger up, and then this plunges itself up, or pulls up. That cavity's supposed to be dry. It actually has an overflow tube in it. But at any rate, we're gonna just see what happens to us here. Once again, I'll give it a little bit of good stuff, just a very slight bit. I mean, all we can do is screw it up and ruin the motor, so if that's the worst that can happen. Oh yeah, I'm liking everything I'm seeing so much more better than it was. Everything is playing a lot more nice. I'm hoping when we turn the key, it will spring to life. I can't believe, though, we're not getting anything done. But like I said, there's going to be a horrendous rainstorm from the way the radar looks. So I don't think that... Okay, now what's happening here? Did I get the wrong one in the wrong hole? I hate it when that happens. Get in the wrong hole. That's a long, long bolt. And I'm wondering if it's not really... Is that not the one that went there? Those are the two that are different. Okay. Let's pause here and think. This ground wire went to this here. Let's drop the brass screw so that we have to try to use the brass magnet. No such thing as a brass magnet. Now, we should be back together and it should run. And what should happen here is when I turn the key on, hopefully we're far enough away from the buzzer, but you should hear that thing click as it pulls up. I need to clean up my mess though before we go, because I don't want to melt anything to this that is unnecessary. All right, I'm not leaving you. No way, because you would. I don't like that idea. Camera in there. Click. That's all it took. That's all it took. Let's shut her down. That's all it was. And it's been getting progressively worse over the years. I should have just done that a long time ago, because that thing was getting to where you had to tap it. And I guess what it was doing is, when I tapped it, it was sending a vibration down to lift that other stuff or something. So yeah, well, I need to clean out that valley a little bit more. I don't like all that trash I see down in there. I'm gonna scrape that out. And then also, I already forgot everything I said I was gonna do. The alternator needs tightened a little bit. It's getting kind of squeaky, and I don't know. I'm sure we'll have two different sizes because you know, the thing, that's what we have. We always have two different sizes. Ooh, I don't like that. That's the kind of thing that makes things twist off. And I don't like when things twist off. That's what's gonna happen then. That really has to come loose. What do we do, friends? Do we get the long john ratchet and hope for the best? And then we'll ultimately twist this off and we'll take the bracket off and have to start over and have a week's worth of work? It's gotta be done. So let me go get some more stuff. All right, ready for the Sadness Express? Because I know what's gonna happen. Oh. Wow. I can't believe it. I thought sure we were gonna hear the tink of sadness. You know the tink of sadness? It's a sad sound. Now I need to find a place that a guy can actually hold against it to do some tightening. Oh, I think we might have it. Friends, let's tighten this back up. There. That's more better. All right, well, I'm gonna call this a success. And if I can possibly, I'm gonna go back out there and, you know, try to finish that little bit that I need to get done, and then everything will have been done the same amount of times, you see. And then that way, after this torrential rain, all I gotta do is spread fertilizer on it, run the soil finisher over it, plant, done. And that's what I'm hoping to accomplish. Will I do that thing? I don't know. Probably not if I keep walking around confused at what I'm doing, but anyway, I'm gonna leave this one here. I got work to do off camera here, so I'll get that cleaned up and see what I accomplish. But there will be more fieldwork videos, fear not, friends. We just barely got started. So the drone had a problem in the last one and I didn't get the... Anyway, I didn't get the shots I wanted with the drone. There was a problem, but I got that fixed. The camera's getting too hot and it's shutting off, so we're gonna have to call this one here. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.